Okay, welcome to Talking with Jodi from Two Perspectives. Again, this is the second time we're doing this two perspective thing on Talking with Jodi. This is like Friday, I guess it's the Friday the 13th. I'm not really a suspicious? No, yeah, I might be suspicious, but what is it? What's the word I'm trying to think of? Man, I'm so tired of it. I've got this sinus infection, and that's just fucking up my already addled mind. But I think my mind has been addled for some time because of this. Oh, wait, just a second. Because of this deal. Brandy! Did you...
That you're okay.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry for those insane messages.
I'm happy that you have your babies with you too.
Yes.
I try to keep them and I try to talk to them and tell them to leave them so they wouldn't charge you. But they didn't listen to me.
No, and they left my cat in there for 7 days.
Jesus Christ.
But Carlos must have heard her and went and dug her out. She had no food, no water.
I didn't know you had a cat.
I know, I hate those cops, but I'm sorry for the insanity, and I was hoping that you knew.
You're fine. Do not
Okay, I
apologize.
love you, and I'm going to support you with that deal.
Becca,
However I can.
You're okay. We're okay.
Okay,
Don't worry.
you know I have those issues, and occasionally I glitch.
I know you're okay.
Like a computer that's overloaded.
When you are okay, don't worry.
Thank
And
you.
I'm glad to see that you're okay.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
God.
Love you.
Love
Namyo
you too.
Horenge
Thank you,
Kyo.
Miss Jodi.
Sorry
Bye.
again. Bye-bye. That was a neighbor that I went kooky on before I got arrested. So, I mean, I didn't really get arrested, dude. This is something. It's just easier to use that word. Okay. Baby girl, come here. Baby girl's just kind of hunkering down and walking backward, like I keep saying. But it helps her take a run for getting up on the bed. But anyway, yeah, my dog, I'm glitching. My dogs are glitching. I'm kind of done glitching, but now Sunshine is glitching from the stress of all that trauma. And that was so sweet. My friend Brandy, my neighbor Brandy, I was out there screaming, sending her crazy texts. And I'm not saying that I wasn't glitching. I'm saying that they arrested me what might have been illegally and certainly immorally for all the reasons I've outlined in a bunch of clips. So anyway, my superstitious, that's the word. I'm not really superstitious about Friday the 13th, but I know some people who seem to be quite superstitious about that kind of thing, but I'm not. Let me see if I can move my seat. There's my cornucopia. I got a whole bunch of shit. Not shit, I mean really nice stuff from yesterday. And I'm happy about it. I love my stuff. When I first started practicing Buddhism, there's some videos of me talking about, oh, stuff doesn't matter, stuff doesn't matter. I'm glad I had that attitude because I have tons of stuff. If I'd have thought stuff mattered, I'd have way more. And if you count all the stuff that I have either given away, $60,000 worth, I tracked it. Not meticulously, but in a general sense, I tracked it. So $60,000 worth of stuff I've given away, and all of the stuff that has been stolen from me and Darren, including money, 3 vehicles. One was an RV, one was a van, and one was my car. And money, $9,000. worth of cash. And tons of, you know how I love clothes. I always acquire tons of clothes, and they've taken tons of my beautiful clothes, faux furs, costumes of all kinds, and art supplies, and tons of actual art, furniture, a leather jacket that originally cost $500 that I got before I ever came here. It was a gift to me, and a Harley jacket, and now somebody else got that. Lucky fucker. But, and another Harley, I don't know what it's called. It's in one of the videos, but I can't think of what it's called right now. Shit, I gotta be able to use my mind. I mean, it's just the sinus stuff. I hate sinus stuff. I hate talking about sinus stuff. But let's get honest, it's affecting me a little bit. And the gods told me this morning to get up and go. They didn't say to get up early or anything. I was awake really early. I was awake at like 3:40 and slept a little tiny bit since then. But the gods told me to go to the doctor and get some antibiotics. They told me to wear this shirt, and they told me to go in and say to the receptionist that I want to see the best doctor in Santa Fe, Isaac Zoller. And so that's what they want me to say. I'm not saying that that's what I would normally say. I'm saying that was what they told me to say. So I'm going to get a taco. I'm like not quite up for doing that. They're not wanting me to wear this wig when I do it, but anyway, all this stuff that's been taken from us, and I don't really know the point of what I'm saying is I acquire stuff. And I told my daughter today, with all this stuff that I acquire all the time, that just comes to me like it's in the trash, and then I fill up my whole car with it and have all this stuff on top of all the stuff I have. And I am going to donate some things to the hospital, where last time I stayed there, I brought in a few boxes of donations of clothes and stuff, because I appreciate that they give me stuff when I'm in there. This one's going to have to be called stuff, isn't it? Stuff and stuff. But I told my daughter today, eventually that my acquisitions are going to include money. You know, eventually I'm going to be finding money in huge bags of money in the dumpsters, and just fill up my car with it. You know, so it's real close. I don't know how close real close is, but it's close. It's closer than it was yesterday. So my daughter, out of the kindness of her heart, and her husband gave me a little money to help with my bills and stuff. So I decided I'm going to go to Baja Tacos, and she would approve. I'm going to close the windows and turn on the air. Now I've been craving tacos. I just do sometimes. I crave tacos. Like, oh my God, I can only like eat a taco. And like yesterday, they told me I couldn't, or the day before, eat any food out because I didn't have the money. So now I have the money and I can go to Baja Tacos, which I've gone to like once in about 5 years or longer. I don't know if Darren ever went to Baja Tacos with me, so it might be 10 years. Once in 10 years. When I first moved here 16 years ago, my kids and I have always ate at Baja Tacos. We loved it. But then I kind of switched over to burritos and went to burrito spot forever. But I just got to have me some tacos. I'm sure that I'm craving it because it's good for me right now with my head the way it is. So I'm doing talking with Jodi, stuff, and the gods had told me that they wanted me to shoot the video up my nose, or under my chin and all that. So I'm doing that, but I'm also doing the second perspective, which is in front of me there on the dash, facing me more. And I liked that. The last one I did, I watched the different perspectives several times, and I experienced the clips differently because of it. I'd be curious to know what Sean thought, because I bet he also experienced each one differently, but I also know that each clip, the same clip, as I go back to it over and over and over, is different. So maybe it's just more overt though when the clip is filmed from two different angles at the same time. And then I release them at the same time. I'm trying to do that, trying to release them at the same time so the audience can watch them both one after another if they have time and stuff. And I didn't get a lot of sleep last night or the night before, so I I'm not at my best. I tried to call Darren a couple times to have him let me bring him some of his stuff, but he must have lost his phone because he hasn't answered or responded, which is so Darren. I wish he would keep track of his phone, but that's on him now, and that's one of the things that I'm kind of overstepping my boundaries to try to tell him that he needs to keep track of his phone. I mean, it's obvious, but it's not my business now. And that's why I kicked him out, so I wouldn't have to have that as my business. Anyway, the gods are wanting me to expound the law, especially on this one, from this angle, so that the uglies and the Venezuelan mafia dudes will like this show. The gods know what the fuck they're doing. They know what the fuck they're doing. If they tell me to wear this shirt, I can probably get away with not wearing it, but when I do wear it, or I do put my hair, one day they told me to put my hair up in a mismatched hair tie, like a bright blue hair tie. I had to go with like pink or purple or something because I didn't have the blue one. And go talk to some girl at some business. I can't remember the details. I'm sorry, dudes. A lot has happened, and it's probably been about a month. But when I do it, a lot of times I can go back and say, oh, I see the wisdom in that. Oh, I see the wisdom in how they had me wait to post that, or they had me post it right now, or they had me go over here. Like, I've been driving around going, man, I really want to run into Jeff. He's in Texas right now, but before he left, I really want to run into Jeff. And then I was sitting there at a stoplight, and my head kept moving to the right, and Jeff was sitting in the car next to me, or they told me to go a certain way, and then I ran into a friend on the road, or I went, and just the timing was perfect with something, even when I thought the timing wasn't. Well, anyway, I hope that's expounding the law. One of the things we've been talking about, Sleepy Time with Luna, motherfucking PIMPS, was posted today and actually filmed in the middle of the night when I wasn't sleeping, but Sean was sound asleep, and I'm glad. I wanted him to be asleep. I was holding him and cradling him so that he could sleep well. And I'm almost hot tacos, but it talks about how the practice of Nichiren Buddhism. It's a very specific Buddhism. There's none like it. You go, what? That's Buddhism? I'm like, what? Buddhism? A religion? What? That's weird. That's the exact opposite of how you think of Buddhism. Let's see if they've got a drive-through, and if not, I'll go in. Yeah, I think they do. It's a long line. Not that long, sorry, it's a few cars. Cool. So Luna and I talked about how Nichiren Buddhism is about lessening our karmic retribution, or another way of saying it is expiating our karma, or cutting our karma, or mitigating our karma, like making our karma come out where we only experience a portion of it through this practice and expiate it, make it go away. Like all these times I've been, say, arrested, thrown in jail, or thrown in the mental institution. I'm lessening my karmic retribution, and in theory and in practice, it's supposed to be getting better. And I will say, instead of staying for 5 days at the fucking suicide watch, fucking horrible, I stayed 8 days at the mental ward, where they feed you hand over fist, and they're nice to you, and they treat you real sweet, I'm not saying I like the way that it happened and stuff like that, but I'm saying it's better. It's better. Way better. And may it continue to get better and never be worse, But I don't know the future. But it's whatever karma is. Like, before I started practicing Buddhism, I was never arrested. It wasn't even a thing. Not even a thing. Not even close to a thing. But once I started practicing Buddhism, it says, Nichiren says, that well, the Lotus Sutra says, shit, sorry, dudes. The Lotus Sutra says we will be banished again and again. It says they will be banished again and again, the practitioners. And whenever I heard that I would be banished again and again, I don't know what it is about me. I'm not telling you guys the way that I connect with this Buddhism. I was like, I fucking can't wait. I just love the idea of being banished again and again. And believe you me, I have been. That stopped. Not really. I think I've been banished from a couple places since I went kooky. But
what can I get for you?
yeah, do you have a taco plate?
Sorry, what was that?
Do you have a taco plate?
We don't have, no, taco plate.
Okay, how about I go with 4 ground beef tacos with...
How many?
4.
4?
4. And,
You want lettuce, tomatoes, onion, and cheese?
yes, everything, please. And a container of salsa.
Do
And,
you need extra salsa?
yes, thank you.
Anything else?
And, your largest pink lemonade.
1 large lemonade?
Yeah, pink lemonade.
What else?
Oh, okay, thank you.
Sorry, what was that?
Your largest pink lemonade.
We only have 1 size. And
Okay.
It's 32 ounce.
Okay, that's perfect.
What else for you?
Order of, I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay, 14.78. Thank you.
Thank you. For Santa Fe, that's a good deal. I usually don't buy drinks when I go places, and I get my drink from, fuck. I don't know what is happening where you guys can't see me. There, you're supposed to be able to see me. Probably perfect. I usually buy my drink from McDonald's and it costs like less than $2. But I'm like, what the hell? I'm just gonna buy one. I don't know why I'm cranky. Well, honestly, it's because I have a mixture of this sinus thing and I haven't slept really to speak of. I require a lot of sleep, dudes. So if I could get a normal person's amount of sleep, and it would not even come close to what I need. But I'm happy, dudes, even if I'm cranky.
Hi.
Hi.
14.78.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
Thank you. Ooh, that's gonna be good. That's the smallest straw I've ever seen for a big drink. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
Well, my other phone is full. Its storage is full, so it stopped filming, but we'll get part of it on there. Yeah, I just think I'm a little cranky from not getting enough sleep for 2 days and this fucking thing I'm dealing with. All I need really is probably need another round, and I'm sharing my antibiotics with Dobby, so I need another round of antibiotics to kick this thing's ass, and then I'll feel better, I think, so. I think I'm gonna move you guys dudes up here where this one was, because I want to eat and I don't want to drop food on you. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about this. Oh, Bodhisattva never disparaging. I want to talk about that. I don't know why I don't want the windows down. I just don't want them down. I just I don't want people coming up and talking to me right now. So anyway, Bodhisattva never disparaging, and 2 other things. I need to put oil in this car, and I need to check the washer fluid today, and I need to pay my utilities today. So I'm gonna cool it off, and then I'll turn the car off. Taste this pink lemonade. Excellent. So, Bodhisattva never disparaging, and then I want to talk about Sean Singer, so we'll get back to that. Bodhisattva never disparaging is a chapter out of the Lotus Sutra. It's Bodhisattva never disparaging is a guy, a dude who, gosh, I'm gonna eat. I just gotta eat. I'm hungry. Is a dude who had a certain measure of enlightenment, and he would go around to people and say, hi. He would be like, I hope I'm remembering things right. You guys are required to go study it if you want to have it be accurate, to know that it's accurate. You can get the Lotus Sutra from the sgiusa.org or the SGI-USA app. That real salt. I have it in the car here. Salsa. Well, basically about Sean Singer is I'm madly fucking in love with that guy. Totally fucking in love with him. I don't know it's even possible to be this obsessed with somebody. It puts any obsession to shame, man. But he's so beautiful. He's like the most beautiful creature that ever lived, man. How could you not be obsessed with him? I mean, I swoon over him. And that's why I don't sleep at night. Let me see if this is good. Hot sauce. Might not be. I should have not left it out in the car. And the thing about Sean Singer is that he watches our show, and as you guys know, he's our meaning whoever's #1 fan. He's the reason this show exists, is because when I met him, I wanted him to see it, so I started working on it again and bringing it back to life and putting it out there. Yay, I have a fork. And what bothers me is when I'm watching the videos before I post them, as I'm, so much of it is a film about my relationship with Darren. I can't even imagine how hard that would be to be in love with someone and be watching all this footage of the person you're in love with all over somebody else, and it bothers me a lot, and I feel pulled between the desire to censor what I put out there to protect Sean because I fucking care about him. I've even told him before, don't watch it, don't watch the show, because I don't want you to be hurt. But he just goes back. He just keeps coming back to it. He loves it. And it does hurt him, you know? And that hurts me bad. Because it's one of the things about our show that has been very both compelling and confusing to all of us has been the timeline. What is happening right now? What is true right now? Is it the one where you're, we're in the van up in the mountains and I'm raving over Darren? Or is it the one where I'm talking about Sean Singer and saying I'm madly in love with that guy? And some of that, the answer is obvious. I hope Sean knows it's the Sean ones. But there's a more profound truth about our show. I'm saying ours as mine, Darren's, and Sean's. Because Darren's been part of it, Sean is part of it, and I'm consistent with it. And one of the things I fought for with Darren about this show, and we did literally fight about it, and it got resolved in my favor just naturally, and I'm glad, because I was right. I was probably right about a bunch of other stuff too that I didn't necessarily win, but that doesn't mean he was wrong, but it just means we'll never know who was right on something, because what happened. But what was so important to me and that I fought for with Darren, we got in a big old fight in TRC in that motel room there at the Ace Lodge that we lived in for a month to get out of the cold. Because we were up in the mountains in the RV, and it was just too fucking much. So we went to stay in Ace Lodge. Don't know how we got the money. Can't remember. Maybe it was student loans, but to stay inside for a month. It ended up being a total fiasco, but during that time, Darren was like, I want to post our clips in chronological order. I mean, just imagine. We've got, I always say we have thousands of hours of footage. I don't know if that's right, but let's go with it. Or just, let's say a whole lot. Trying to keep that shit in chronological order, it would take a lifetime of trying to organize it, and it would never come to fruition because you can't. We would have to remember that chronology too. So, no. But what I fought for in that, while we were actually considering that would be possible, was no, I do not want it to be in chronological order. I want it to be intentionally out of chronological order. I want it to be confusing to the audience. I think that was genius, to say so myself, because that's how I experience time. My brain experiences time as, and this is why it's hard to share this even, because I love Sean and I don't want him to fucking feel uncomfortable. But I experience time as all happening at the same time, and I think that science has been coming to realization that time is all happening at the same time. Like, me when I was 2 years old, and well, me when I was like 4, I think, and I tripped and fell on a nail and it stuck a nail with a 2x4 right into my leg here, and I still have a scar from it. That is happening right now at the same time I'm eating these damn tacos, and at the same time that you in the future, where maybe later today, maybe in a week, maybe in a month, maybe in years, are watching this. So I'm 2 years old, I'm 4 years old, I'm 5 years old, I'm 5 months old, and then we could go so far as all past lives are happening right now. All of our past lives are right now. So it's true in that philosophical sense that when I'm back in the van with Darren and I'm saying that, you know, he looks cute or whatever compliment, that's not what I want to have be portrayed as how I feel now, but it's happening in the present too. And that's fucking painful. That's why I don't like the past. That's why I don't like people telling me to put the past in the past. It's why I have such extreme, intense pain over hearing about other people's pasts. And then I go around and fucking record mine and put it in front of people and say it's not even in the past. So it's very, very, I know Sean is, gets what I'm talking about. Maybe that doesn't mean that he's comfortable with it, but he gets it. He's got it all along. He's seen people on Facebook go, you know, my friend John, I posted a video on his page that we were coming to, it was about the time when we were going to visit him. And he said, don't come visit me, I'm in the hospital. I was like, dude, people think I don't age because that was 10 years ago, you know. But he was watching it in the present. And like Tom Thompson, I've told him that Luna died, and then he watches a video with Luna in it and says, I thought Luna died. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Just because something's on a video doesn't mean it's right now. And all, at the same time, I've said to Darren, I'm being very enraged and violent about it. I'm like, if you don't fucking think that talking about it in the present isn't in the present, it's fucking in the present. Say if he's talked about another woman or something, and I'd be fucking violent. I'd be like, no, you don't tell me that's in the past. If that were in the past, why in the fuck are you talking about it right now? And I think Sean gets that. I think Sean understands that more than anybody I've ever known with me, meaning along with me, that he understands it the same way I do, and why he and I can be so brutalized in this world, where people say, I'm not saying he's not good at time, he's good at getting places, and he's a teacher, and he's good at, you know, that stuff, being fucking scheduled, and he might be better at that than I am, but he still understands the confusion or the fluidity of past, present, and future. They are not, the past is not in the past, the future's not in the future, it's all right now. A big globe of everything happening in the present. And when people say, well, why don't you put the past in the past, say the therapist, I'm like, the past is in the present, that's why. If it were in the past, I don't need you. You know, the past is right now. And I think trauma is what created the way that I think about time. It's not that I think about time this way. It's that I live it that way. I experience it that way. And yet when Tom says, I thought Luna was dead. Why? I'm like, what? Why are you confused? Why are you so confused? And then it'll happen to me. I'll be like, how'd Luna get in there? You know? Or how is it that, you know, that's happening right now? And maybe Tom is a person who, Tom Thompson, that's Darren's best friend. Maybe he is a person who, like me, and maybe like I think Sean is, who doesn't distinguish between past, present, and future either. So, But I am in a dilemma about what to share because this is all about Sean. And I don't want him to hear me saying to Darren, oh this, oh that, oh good thing about you. Because that's over. That all fucking fell apart for good reasons. The way I feel about Sean, literally, is unlike anything I've ever felt or could have imagined. If anyone ever thought I had a thing for them in the past, they fucking can go cry in their fucking pillow, because it's nothing compared to this with Sean. It's just not. And I want him to be safe. It's not fair to brutalize somebody, even on accident or out of stupidity, which I've already done a million times. So that's really a question. The answer is I fucking love Sean. And anything he sees on this show, I hope he can put in perspective that I'm all about Sean. Sean. Dang. I read something he put on his Substack and I damn near fainted. I had to stop reading it. It was so beautiful. These tacos are good. They're hitting the spot. I feel better having eaten this food. I'm gonna get the girls a cheeseburger too to share from McDonald's. So Bodhisattva never disparaging. Went around people, he was like wearing rags, and like it was as if one of these homeless dudes came up to you, to the city council members or the CEO of a company or the head of a gallery here or something. And you know, we have sensitive people here, but let's say they're not that sensitive, and they come up and this homeless dude says, don't worry, I will never disparage you, because someday in the future, in some lifetime in the future, you will attain enlightenment. They would attack him, hit him with sticks, staves, stones, throw things at him, beat him, curse him, and because they were so insulted that this loser, this homeless loser, dirty, poor loser, was telling them that someday they would attain enlightenment, when he's just this loser. And they were so insulted that they would attack him, and he would run away and go to the next one and do that. And then he go to the next one. I would never disparage you, but someday you fancy person with the rich Mercedes, which I hope I have here pretty soon, Mercedes or Rolls Royce, I'm gonna tell you, don't worry, I won't disparage you, because like he said, I won't disparage you. Like, I'm not gonna talk ill at you, even though I could, is the subtext. Because someday you're gonna attain enlightenment. And then they go crazy. Ah! And that dude took a beating his whole life. And when he was reincarnated again he was reincarnated as the Buddha. That is Bodhisattva never disparaging, and it's a very interesting concept. It's, I'm gonna move you guys back down here. It's a very interesting concept because that's what we as Nichiren practitioners are doing. We're going around telling everybody, don't worry, you're going to attain enlightenment. And then they try to beat the shit out of us. That might make something make sense to Sean, because I've shared some stuff with him only so far of weird things I've been doing lately. And he might see how I was embodying Bodhisattva never disparaging. And I invite all of you to read that chapter. I don't know which number it is, can't remember. But of the Lotus Sutra. Bodhisattva never disparaging. So that's part of our karma coming out. We say, I want to heal you. I went to the hospital, and I'll talk more about this as another one because we're almost done, but literally healed a bunch of people. I mean it. It's a fact. It's the truth. My psychiatrist yesterday was saying, with bipolar, which she's now diagnosed me with, you're grandiose and think you're better than other people. I'm like, no, I didn't think I was better than anyone else, but I knew for a fact I was healing people. I was telling them, and they were not all liking it. I'll talk about that in more detail later. But it may look like I disparaged, but that's Bodhisattva and never disparaging. Okay, dudes, thanks for hanging with me. Love you.